Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Steelers going up against the Browns. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. These two teams, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, this is the oldest rivalry in the AFC. Also, one of the most lopsided in recent years. The Steelers have won, hard to believe, 30 of the last 34 meetings, 8 of the last 9. Meanwhile, the Browns, against all competition, have lost their last 12 straight openers in NFL record.
So this means this is going to be a mismatch again, right? Well, on paper, it appears that way with Pittsburgh going to the playoffs yet again in 2016. There's a new air of optimism in Cleveland. Had an excellent offseason, a tremendous draft. They think they're on the uptick.
The rookie Zane Gonzalez set to get us started, and we are underway from First Energy Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 35-year-old quarterback in his 14th year now, Ben Roethlisberger.
Is it really true that last year he became just the 10th player in NFL history to top 300 career touchdown passes?
How about that?
I mean, where is time gone? I feel like it was his rookie year, and he had that great winning streak to start off his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the best part about his game, 2 Super Bowl rings.
And his 5th Pro Bowl a year ago as well. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Third down now following the completed pass. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still third down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. This is Isaiah Crowell. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. To throw, Kaiser. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Second down, here's Crowell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. On 3rd down, Kaiser. And he fires one, but incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers making their way out, and you know, Charles, if you believe in linear progression, could be a super season in the Steel City. 4 years ago, they didn't make the playoffs. 3 years ago, they lost in the wild card game. 2 years ago in the division round, and last year in the AFC title game. So if form holds, could be your AFC champions in February.
Wouldn't that be something? What kind of progression is that?
Linear.
Yeah.
But someone told me that. I'm not taking credit for it.
Well, we're going to roll with it, aren't we? Because I agree with you. This is a team that's in the playoffs last year. They went ahead and drafted T.J. Watt, an outside linebacker who could rush off the edge out of Wisconsin, give them a little more pop on defense. Then on the offensive side of the ball, we're all rooting for James Conner, the rookie out of Pittsburgh, battled back and beat cancer. Now he's trying to beat up people in the NFL.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. A good pickup there at 22.
Jesse James, 10 catches, 131 yards in the Steelers' 2 playoff games last year. A more than reliable tight end, a guy who can create big-time plays downfield. But let's face it, partner, you love calling that name in a game, don't you?
I do. But as we saw right there, he's really reliable on 3rd down, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Jesse James.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The penalty really backs up the offense here on 1st down. Now 20 yards to go. After the penalty, it's Bell. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle. Maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he's going to go down again. Danny Shelton in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
I know every down's important, but you know as well as I do, partner, 3rd down is key for both offenses and defenses, and Cleveland's got to get better on 3rd down on D.
And what they did right there, you're right, they need more of. They were tied for 30th in the NFL in sacks last year, but a big one there brings up a punting situation. It's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns heading out on offense, Charles, and with them so many facts we can hit on, but unfortunately not many good. 9 consecutive losing seasons, 4 and 28 the last 2 years, 26 starting quarterbacks since coming back in 99. Only 1 of 2 non-expansion teams to never appear in a Super Bowl. You get the point, so give me some optimism.
Well, they're hoping it'll just be 1 starting quarterback in 2017, someone who will solidify that position for the team. And then think about what they did in the draft, though. 3 first-round draft picks, including Myles Garrett, the number 1 overall pick in the draft, the defensive end out of Texas A&M. They're hoping it's a fresh start and a new direction for Cleveland.
Here we go. 1-9-1.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And he slings one that's incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And it's 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Ohio! Let's go! Ohio! Let's go! 38!
And the play clock's running down. Kaiser now on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
3rd and long for Kaiser. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 8 yards to go here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Bell so light on his feet. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On second down, it's Bell. Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, 60 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. A first update now from Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Joe Flacco, a first quarter touchdown pass in that one. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Jabril Peppers, the rookie, to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On second down, Kaiser again. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. James Harrison able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Halfback sent in motion. Kaiser now. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
This is Bell, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. On the counter, here's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
We all know that Myles Garrett was drafted #1 in the NFL for his ability to get to the quarterback. That's his stock in trade. But the underrated part of his game, plays well against the run. Knows how to hold the point of attack.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A Steeler first down, Roethlisberger to Bryant.
And Martavis Bryant back in the fold, which delights not just himself, but, of course, his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. This guy, he can do it all, Brandon, able to go across the middle and stave off contact and make catches.
Sat out last year, as you're alluding to. Year before, though, 50 catches, 765 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. 1st and 15 here behind the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to about the 22 here. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try again with Bell. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Martavis Bryant from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10:20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Delayed game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Check! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, Kaiser. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, That route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser from the gun on third. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio, let's go!
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Career highs in receptions, carries, and total yards last year for Crowell. His total yardage was 952. That was the highest by a Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive, but I think there's much more out there for him. If Cleveland plays even with people, not from behind, he'll get more carries, more touches, and his yardage will go up.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
David Njoku, nearly 17 yards a catch in college. Those are wide receiver numbers.
Yeah, went to Miami. Brad Kaya was his quarterback. They were a really good combo. Also, how about the wingspan of the young rookie? 35.25-inch arms.
Quarterbacks love that. That catch radius, huge. And what he does after the catch, really impressive. They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Come on, let's go! What? Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So there you go. Sack number 1 in the career of the number 1 pick, Myles Garrett.
Oh, I can't wait to see how he continues to adapt in the NFL. We know he's got speed. We know he's got length. What kind of change-ups and counters is he going to have to deal with those NFL offensive tackles?
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Emmanuel Agba in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Kenny Britt trots back out there as he gets set to go again on offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
They keep it with Crowell on first. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Ohio! Let's go! White, none!
2nd down, Kaiser. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Going underneath for Crowell. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Kaiser yet again. And Britt's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kenny Britt, his first touchdown as a Cleveland Brown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 2nd down. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Roethlisberger. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, here's Bell. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. That's some strong running. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it. Have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
As we said, pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Thanks, Brandon. And welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Browns haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Steelers will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Steelers on offense, first quarter winding down. Bell's looking for room to run, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Now it's early in the second. The lead grows to 4. McDonald's wide open, able to make the grab, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. Steelers now later on the drive. Roethlisberger connecting here with Martavis Bryant, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. Now to late in the second. Steelers go up by 11. Britt's wide open, able to make the grab.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume. In this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. They'll run it again with Crowell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Six guard. Check 6 guard.
Play clock winding down. Kaiser. Going for a right side here. Complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 2nd down, 8. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. He has Brett over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Let's go. What? 90. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Caught here left side by Brett. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I know everyone wants that prototypical wide receiver, you know, the 6'3", 200-plus-pound guy, like a Julio Jones and A.J. Green and Des Bryant. Antonio Brown just shatters that, doesn't he? Smaller in stature, but still able to use his quickness, his elusiveness, and his strength to create big plays.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They give him a gain of 38. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. A swing pass caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think one of the underrated aspects of Ben Roethlisberger's game is his ability to actually throw the football. We hear so much about his movement and escaping the pocket. Ben can step back there and fling it, and Antonio Brown is usually there to catch.
We've really seen their chemistry develop, haven't we?
Yes, we have, and it's been really, really fun to watch.
They'll run it with Bell, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Bell. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
And the Browns getting set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline.
But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second down, Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Time running out here on the play clock. Kaiser to throw it. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
With it is Brown. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Pushing through the contact. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Again, it's Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Deshaun Kaiser making his way out to the huddle. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged, how big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Ohio! Here we go! Ohio! Under 10! Under 10! 10! Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! Check the backer! Check the backer! Ohio! Ohio! Come on!
Here's a give to Crowell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Come on, let's go! Black round! Black round! Check. Crunch.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Kaiser under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Elsewhere, a third quarter score, and the Ravens have added to their lead. Joe Flacco, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll go again with Bell. Room to run inside the 40. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
That's on Marquise Pouncey, the former Florida Gator. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Jets, they have taken the lead late now over the Bills. Josh McCown with 1 touchdown pass thus far. First down, Kaiser. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now a handoff to Crowell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd down following the run.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go. 1-9. Black round. Black round. Ohio. Ohio.
The play clock's running down. Kaiser now. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. James Harrison in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. Completes it right side to Britt. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Play clock winding down. On 3rd down, Kaiser. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
Ten yards still left on second down. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. Twisting away. They find some open field here. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he takes us down deep into Cleveland territory. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. The give is to Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up third and goal. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third and goal, Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. On the return, Jabril Peppers. He is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard near the 25. Out comes Deshaun Kaiser and the Browns offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun, Kaiser dancing to his left. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Come on, let's go. 38. Ohio.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. He finds Coates complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. James Harrison in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
What's left? Ohio. Let's go. 38.
2nd down, Kaiser. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 3rd and long for Kaiser. Well, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Ryan Shazier able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now Brown. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Stays on his feet. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Man, These guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And the back goes into motion. Kaiser now to throw on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down, Kaiser again. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Javon Hargrave in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Kaiser. A screen complete to Crowell. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 33. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Fourth down, Kaiser, desperation time. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And partner, this first week, this